What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Unaussprechlichen Kulten, entitled Baphomet Pan Shub-Niggurath. This is released on CD through Dark Descent Records, and on vinyl through Iron Bonehead Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Santiago, Chile, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very dark, occult, H.P. Lovecraft-inspired style of death metal. My first introduction to this band was sometime around last year when I was acquainted with the reissue of their sophomoric effort entitled People of the Monolith. This band knew exactly what they were doing with their kind of style and made for some very, very engrossing and very interesting music. I mean, it had a very cult sort of quality to it, but yet, when it came to the music and the lyrical content, I thought it was just very, very spot on. And throughout the course of the last decade plus or so, this band has been putting out a very, very wealthy share of great music, even to their debut full-length Wake Up in the Night of Walpurgis. Just a great, great debut, and some really, really awesome demo and EP and split releases. Just a very consistently smooth sort of band. And once again, going back to this band's H.P. Lovecraft-inspired sort of style, of course, the mythos, the qualities, the eyes of Cthulhu, stuff of that nature. This band knew exactly what they were doing. And now we have a brand new offering from this band. This is the third full length from this band. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 29 minutes in length. And pretty much, this is a death metal band that definitely doesn't try to cut corners or try to make things run on longer than they need to be. This band has a very, very good pace about them. They know how to get a song through very quickly. And definitely this is something that can be considered a very high mark for them. One thing to point out about this album is the fact that this album has a very modern and clean sort of production style. It's not clean to the point where it'll be distracting, but considering the type of quality and content this band knows how to bring, I think this sort of production style works for them. I think it's a really, really nice and smooth production. I definitely think it brings out the best in this band's overall qualities. But production aside, let's get on into the actual music. The music definitely has a feeling of a more modernized, old-school sort of death metal vibe. I mean, think, if you will, to current Incantation, or maybe even Morbid Angel or Immolation to a certain extent. You can hear a lot of those instances and qualities when listening to the opening riffs of this album. Starting off with a prologue track and then going on to a track like The Hooded Baphomet Bleeded. I think that is a very, very strong opening sort of track, and the way the riffs are being layered and constructed on that track, I think it's really, really amazing. The musicianship qualities are top-notch. Once again, getting back into the guitars, I think it's very smooth. Then going on to a track like Yog Sothoth, just the overall song structurings on there, I think it's really, really awesome. The riffs are very, very catchy. I love the solos. It definitely keeps you in check that this is an old school quality sort of death metal release. Very good riffs, very good solos. Bass work is top notch. I love the way that it sounds. Going back to the track Yog Sothoth, I think the bass tone on that track is just sizzling. I love how the bass feels on that track. And then later on into some of the more complex sort of tracks like Kadath and the Cold Waste, and even Spirals of Acrid Smoke. I think it's just really awesome stuff. Moving on to the drums. The drums are something that also have a bit of a clean, sort of polished sort of quality to them. Lots of great fills, lots of blast beats, lots of great transitions. I think this drummer definitely handles himself like a pro here. Definitely a classy sort of drum performance. And moving on into the vocals, I really love the vocalist's approach here. Very, very, very guttural, very understandable. The way he delivers the words and the lyrics, of course, spoken in English and the native Chilean language, I think it's really, really awesome. And once again, going back to this band's H.P. Lovecraft sort of inspiration within the lyrics. I definitely think it's very, very detailed. And within the booklet of the CD and I believe the vinyl, there are, of course, some liner notes that definitely transpire how each song comes to pass and what the deal is, what the story is behind it. Of course, it's a very, very fascinating subject. And of course, when you mix H.P. Lovecraft with metal, most of the time, if not all of the time, you're going to get something very, very awesome. And Unaussprechlichen Kulten definitely deliver that with Baphomet Pan Shub-Niggurath. So overall, if you're into old school death metal, if you're into H.P. Lovecraft, if you're into Cthulhu, or any of the mythological sort of things that entail H.P. Lovecraft, this band deliver a very, very solid album. This probably might be their best work yet. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say The Hooded Baphomet Bleated, La Recta Provincia, Yog-Sothoth, Kadath in the Cold Waste, and Noma Mysticum. Really, really awesome stuff. So, I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the Iron Bonehead Productions Bandcamp page, where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy being purchased or not. You can buy it there digitally, and you can also buy the 12-inch vinyl version of it. And also, Dark Descent Records is the distributor of the CD compact disc. Very, very great layout, the way everything looks. It's a very, very awesome, awesome layout. It's definitely something to own. So again, the album is Baphomet Pan Shub-Niggurath by Unaussprechlichen Kulten. This is released on CD through Dark Descent Records and on vinyl through Iron Bonehead Productions. Definitely support this, and I'm going to give this a very strong 8.5 out of 10. Mythologically occult death metal done properly. So support Unaussprechlichen Kulten. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for joining my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.